Tonight, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the Houston Texans taking on the Denver Broncos.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Taken about 7 yards deep. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Here comes the Bronco offense with Drew Lock from Missouri in charge.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. You know who else is having fun? Receivers, because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
A gain of 16.
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm.
That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Tyus Bowser in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
On 1st down, Spencer. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the early lead.
Zerline lining up for the point after.
The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw it with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
It's a gain of 10.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Gain of 17 yards.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I do know now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time, but you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Darren Lee able to record his 5th sack of the season. And hear the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. But they occupy people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
This will be taken at the 10. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. They'll run on first down. Jordan. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Number 34 on the carry.
Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A first down and then some. 36 yards.
At the 27-yard line.
On first down, it's Jordan. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. That is caught inside the 5. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
28-yard line.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 6-0 our score after 1.
Broncos nothing.
A first down carry for Barkley. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Barkley on the handoff.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Here's Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And the Texans scoop it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of it.
second down.
Leads to second and
They
10.
work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Spencer. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. They'll run on 1st down. Jordan. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
By number 34.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
To throw on 2nd down. Spencer. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller.
Spencer.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, it's Jordan. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
For the running back.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him. His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans will extend their lead.
Well, he decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
The kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And this one through the uprights and good. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 17.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 10 more there and another 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes, they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time, he uses quickness to make a play.
Floating one, incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's got this down to the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And he's got his tight end, Fant. Touchdown, Broncos. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 13-7. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the...
And the Broncos get there and take him down. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save? That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Spencer sliding out of the pocket. He's got his man complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 77 yards. And the Texans will add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum, but not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Drew Lock once again leads the Broncos out. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal...
No escape from Lock, and he'll go down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Shotgun snap to Locke. To Barkley on the check down. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to be staring at a third and long here. This time they stay on the ground, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So we've reached the intermission. And all right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
20, Broncos 7.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
First and 10.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Looking to throw on second down. Spencer. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Spencer. He's got his tight end, Oliver. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunky yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Right back to him on first down. He'll have a first down inside the 10. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. Back to throw. Spencer. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Taken down and sacked.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
To throw on second down. Spencer. And he's going to go down again.
Quarterback sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
2 straight sacks have him backed up now for a 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Spencer. And oh, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Decent run, maybe hoping for a little bit more. It does, though, set up 3rd and manageable.
And every play that's run, if it's blocked perfectly and executed perfectly, it's set up to go for a touchdown, right? But I like the way you described that one. Just get into a 3rd and manageable, nice decision-making, and took care of the football.
They look to throw. It's Locke. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Returnable here from the 38. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Texans push further out in front.
A team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Zerline now for the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. Here's Locke to throw. Got a man open. It's Sutton. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Locke working out of the gun. This is the tight end, Fant. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a look at Will Fuller as he and the rest of the offense gears up to get ready to go again. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Throwing on 1st down. Spencer. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
To number 83.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. He'll go underneath here to his running back. Catch is made. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Going to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Spencer. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 37. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
7-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Spencer. Throwing right, and that's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
On 2nd down now, it's Jordan. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Again, the ball.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
For the field goal.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Denver's offense ready to go again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on
through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Cortland Sutton, 76 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2. From the gun, Locke. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball.
Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Recovered by the kicking team.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Broncos cut into that lead. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver is at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. On 1st down, Jordan. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A gain of 13. It's a 1st. In the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And the lead is up to 15 now. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. 22. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now Drew Lock and the Broncos down by 15. Just over a minute 40 to play. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. The Broncos in the hurry-up trying to get to their positions and get set quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lock throwing left side. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. That 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jordan, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. On the crossing route, complete. That's Fuller. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Bradley Chubb on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 8-yard line.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Houston, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin.